Hey guys, welcome to 2021. 2020 is over and holy cow, a week into it, I think we're kind of begging for 2020 to come back again. But anyways, let's forget all the political stuff. COVID's going on. I'm social distancing from everybody except the dog. I don't know that the dog's had COVID yet. I haven't. Hopefully I don't get it from him. Anyways, I want to talk to you about the 2021 season and what we got going on here. So if you look behind me, we're missing one. We didn't get rid of it. The bull's just in car storage. But as you know, we have the bull, we have the beast, we have the stallion, and we have the rust bucket. I haven't named this yet, but I want to talk about a couple projects we have going on. So three things today. First and foremost, the Alfa. So this beautiful 1986 rust bucket of an Alfa Romeo is about to go through a full auto makeover. So we've cut a lot of rust out of this thing. It wasn't supposed to be any rust when we bought it on Bring a Trailer, but Saatchi screwed us. If you watch my YouTube video back when I got this car, you'll remember I was all pissed off about it. But anyways, that's in the distant past. We're going to talk about the near future. So first things first, this goes in this week. We're going to start probably putting out some YouTube content. You can watch this car be transformed. So all the rust is going to come out of it. We've bought a ton of stuff. And when I say a ton of stuff, new seat covers, new interior parts, new exterior parts. What's up, Petey? He's going to be in out of the film with me. By the way, I've been working, so excuse all the dirt on me today as I put some on you. Sorry about that, Pete. Anyways, this guy has got a ton of parts ready to go. And one of the things that we're about to do is make a decision on the power plant. So we have yet determined what we're going to do on the engine, but the interior is getting a full makeover. We've ordered everything that's already in. The suspension is 100% on order. Richard Melvin, shout out to you in the UK. CSR Motorsports has put all that stuff together, so it's en route coming across the ocean. And once we determine which way we're going to go on the engine, you'll be able to see the engine build and the stuff that we do there, which is going to be pretty cool, by the way. Once we get all the rust out of this, and we'll do a shoot at the garage, you'll meet all the guys that are doing the work. They've got a CNC machine. They're going to 3D scan the entire car inside and out, and we have a bunch of fun stuff coming on this. So stay tuned. By the way, like and subscribe on the channel if you want to see the content on this. So that's number one. Number two, we have 3 rallies going on this year, probably 4, maybe a 5th. What are you going after? The dog sees something. Go get him. Probably a 5th. So first and foremost, we're doing Crown Rally West. We did Crown Rally West last year in the R8. The Beast is going to get a makeover. We've got a pretty cool theme coming up. Again, like and subscribe if you want to see what we're going to do on that vehicle, because it's going to be pretty solid and pretty cool. And I think we might win an award or 2 on that one, including maybe a letter or 2 from some lawyers, but we'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. So first rally is Crown Rally West. Last year we did that. It was Denver to Las Vegas. We're signed up for this. That's coming up the first weekend in June. Excuse me. Behind that, and by the way, we have a mountain run that's going on that Travis Carr got here in Atlanta as a part of Daily Driven Atlanta is putting together. So we may do that here in the March-April timeframe. We're looking at that, making sure that we can get a car ready. So this car, full transformation makeover. We've got some minor work that we've got to get done on it, but it's going to be cool. You want to watch that. The last thing I want to talk about, and I'll talk about the rally season a little bit more in just a second, is we have a car barn that we're looking at building on the property. And I'll get a whole bunch of stuff together on that. We'll talk about that as it comes along. Politically speaking, neighborhood politics, we do have to get it approved by our neighborhood board. So we've got a lot of work to do to get that done. We've got the original plans and everything done, but we'll be focused on working on that. So let's start with the barn. 50 by 48 car barn. This thing is going to be post and beam, so it's going to be the Tajma barn, as I want to call it. Place for us to hang out. We're going to do some stuff here once or twice a year, get the car community out, but it's going to be kind of our museum for our cars. So we're going to have 8 stalls inside of there. Each stall is going to be a 12 by 15. We'll move the car lifts out there, and we'll free up our garage to actually be able to do some work on the cars. So pretty neat. Upper deck is going to have a loft area with an outdoor patio and balcony, so we can go out there and smoke cigars and not smoke it all up. But it's going to be really neat. I won't tell you the name of the company, but if they want to sponsor one of these and maybe give me a little bit of money off on that project, then we'll talk about them. We have a lot to do. So we've got a bunch of fill that we got to bring in. We've got to level the pad. We've got to put a retaining wall in, get all the drainage and everything done, put a septic tank in for that, run electric, water, internet out to that so we can get all the cameras up so nobody steals our stuff and we can watch it and all that other great stuff. And then we've got to get the barn built. It's probably going to take about 8 months. So probably in 2022, we'll be shooting another one of these inside of the car barn when it's done. So stay tuned for that. Let's talk about the rally season. So first and foremost, I talked about Crown Rally West that's coming up in June. We talked about the other one here that's local. We also have Crown Rally North that we haven't signed up for. but we seem to do it every year. So we'll just see how that goes. Crown Rally North runs from St. Paul, Minnesota, or in the vicinity of that area in the Twin Cities, all the way down to Chicago, and you kind of go and do a big loop and go through a bunch of other states and end up there. Really cool if you don't know anything about Crown Rally. Charitable event. We support 3 charities near and dear to my heart. You can look at Rally for a Cause for the information. We'll have a bunch of content coming out on that as we're trying to build up the base of dollars that we're going to donate to these 3 charities. First and foremost, Epilepsy Foundation. Epilepsy Foundation was the first charity to come on board with us. They were on board before I even got involved in Crown Rally, so there's people that can tell you a lot more about that than us. And they brought one of our top sponsors in, by the way, which is 3M, which sponsors all the wraps on all these cars when we do them. The second charity, very important to me, is Hear the Cheers. So there are student athletes out there that are dealing with hearing disabilities, and the money that we give actually goes to provide hearing aids and special things for those children so they actually get involved in student athletics and get out there and do stuff. I'm partially deaf in my left ear from all those years in the military, so for me it's just one that I love, especially with kids that get the opportunity to be able to go out and participate in some of this stuff. And the last one, which is probably the biggest one, is the Shriners Children's Hospital. And every rally we do, we end up by going to one of the children's hospitals. If you go look at crownrally.com, you'll see a bunch of photos, videos, everything out there. If you don't know the history of the Shriners Hospital, I'll put another video together on that. We'll talk about it. But this is all charity based and it's fun. By the way, we've won this a couple times. And no, it's not because we're the fastest car, but I think we're the fastest car, but it was because we're the fastest car. It's not a race, in all candor. It's not a timed event. It's 125 cool cars, 250 people, 125 teams getting out there, basically driving from point A to point B to point C to point D and having a blast and a bunch of fun in between. And we'll post a bunch of videos on that so you can see it, and come follow us on the rally because we'll probably post some stuff off of that as well. So then the last one that we have is we have Crown Rally South, which, by the way, we've won South once too, which is really cool. Crown Rally South goes from Chicago, comes all the way down through Tail of the Dragon, and last year we finished in Nashville, Tennessee. This year, or Greenville, South Carolina, this year there's talk of maybe even bringing it down to Atlanta. So if we get the car barn done in time, that will be here, and that is in the October timeframe. In between Crown Rally North and Crown Rally South, we have Corsa Europe. CorsaRally.com/Europa if you want to look at it. The routes changed a little bit, and we were supposed to do this in 2020. This is a bucket list item for me. So we're actually shipping one of these cars, yet to be determined, over to Europe. We start in Frankfurt, Germany. We go to Nürburgring, 2 days at Nürburgring, Luxembourg, Zurich, Geneva, Monaco, Lago Maggiore, Modena, Milano, finish in Roma. But I know some of that's changing, so you got to look and see what the updated stuff is, but a bunch of cool stuff coming out of that. So that's the rally stuff. We talked about the barn. We've talked a bit about the Alpha as well. What are some of the other things that we have going on? Well, we might have another 1 or 2 rallies up our sleeve, but I tell you, that's a lot of content. And if you follow us this year, I promise you, if you're into these guys, and by the way, let me tell you about this car. I lived in Italy for 2 years, lived in Europe for 3, lived in Italy for 2 years, and I was stationed in Vicenza, Italy, and I had one of these. I had a 79 Alfa Romeo GTV6. Fell in love with the car, lived right there in the valley, so I could be at the beaches of Lido di Isla, right outside of Venice, inside of an hour, or I could go north and I'd go to the mountains and be in the Dolomites up in Italy and just do some incredible driving with, back then, a 9-second, if you want to call it quarter mile, Alfa Romeo GTV6. So this car, as I said, we have a bunch of stuff that we're going to be doing to it, but my passion and love for this car is me actually going back to some of my roots in a car that I had. So that's the reason we have this car. If you don't know, in the Porsche, it's the first car that we ever had. If you do a Google search for Crown Rally Frank Ball, there's a whole video out there that talks about all the cars and all the stuff that we're doing. So with that, I'll leave you for now. But if you would if you like the content, subscribe, because we have a bunch of stuff that's coming this year. And if you're into cars, you want to see car rebuilds, we've got this, and there's going to be a whole bunch of stuff that's coming out of it, including maybe some independent throttle bodies, new suspension, glass dash, engine management system, which, by the way, everybody says that you can't run anything but a Mega Squirt or the L-Jet that comes with this, and I say bull, because we're actually going to work with the company here local in Atlanta, and they'll probably help us out on this, and we'll give them a shout out and talk about it and go to their facility and we do the tuning on that engine. But this thing is going to become a little bit of a light Italian beast of some sort. So I don't know, we'll name it. Maybe you can help us out. So like, subscribe, follow us. Hopefully I have a bunch of content coming this year, and I'll see you then. Peace out.